Time now to take a live look outside, and we were saying earlier, Clay, that these blue skies are very deceiving right now as we've been following the breaking news and how this frigid weather is affecting power and rolling blackouts across this area.
Yeah, you know, Latrice, and we've seen this before in Texas back in 2021 in a lot of the central part of the country. Temperatures were below, 32 for a prolonged period of time, but, it wasn't this cold, especially this far east, and we're really starting to see the effects of that because we're at lunchtime and it's only 7 degrees here at Local 3 studio. So despite the sunshine, it is not doing a thing to help to warm us up. It is going to be a very cold day, and earlier this morning we were even dealing with some snow showers, and this is rising foam. So this was sent in by the dyers. You can see a nice little coating. We even had a nice dusting here earlier in North Chattanooga, but you really can't tell because it was kind of just blown all over the place because we've had some really strong winds. In fact, gusts as high as 35 to even 40 miles per hour here across much of the Tennessee Valley. Now the winds not quite as strong at this hour, but still we could have those occasional gusts upwards of 20 to 25 miles per hour. And with these really strong winds, again, this has been a very dynamic system. We've had wind gusts, up to hurricane strength along the eastern coast of Maine earlier this morning. So just an incredibly powerful system, and over 100,000 people without power in Tennessee right now, over 200,000 in both North Carolina and Virginia, over 50,000 in Georgia. So again, we're going to continue to track this out. We have a lot of local outages as well. Over 1,000 customers without power in Whitfield, Catoosa, and Walker counties, 2,000 in Bradley County, and over 500 here in Hamilton County, and a lot of our other viewing areas still dealing with this as well. So this is something, of course, we're going to keep you updated on for the rest of the day, but keep in mind, it's 12:19 in the afternoon. Our daily high, our typical high this time of the year, 53 degrees. Now at midnight, we were at 48, so that's going to be our official high, but our daytime high going to be in the teens today. It's only 9 in Athens, but -2 degrees in Altamont. Now this is something you would expect for maybe, Minnesota, Wisconsin, the northern plains, but southeast Tennessee, northwest Georgia, northeast Alabama, typically this time of the year, we're well into the 40s or at least above freezing. And when you add in that wind chill values now sub-zero pretty much across the entire area. It feels like -5 in Chattanooga when you counter in the wind, -19 in Altamont. So, very cold air, and that's going to continue for the next several days. And here's a look at your temperatures over the southeast. Again, that cold air just continuing to spill in from the north. It's only 4 degrees in Nashville, 21 in Atlanta, 27 in Charlotte. Ahead of the front, it's still 55 in Jacksonville. But I mean, this cold air is punching all the way down to the Gulf Coast. It is now 29 degrees in New Orleans, Louisiana. So just incredible cold weather. And again, this is kind of going to stick around for the next several days. So Christmas Eve morning, likely going to start in the single digits. By the afternoon, we'll warm into the 20s. It's going to be another really cold day, putting stress on that power grid. For Sunday, it looks like we're going to get close to freezing by the afternoon, but still going to be a very cold day. And then as we go into your Monday, the clouds are going to start to build back in. Notice how it's been dry the entire weekend. Then we're going to be tracking out the system moving in from the north. And yes, that blue is snow flurries, and that is going to be a possibility on Monday. Now, this shouldn't be very impactful. The snow, if it falls at all, is going to be very light, but it's certainly something worth watching over the next couple of days. But again, that is not going to be a big deal. The big deal is still going to be these temperatures. In fact, we're going to start off Saturday morning right around 6 degrees, and that's in Chattanooga. Keep in mind some of the higher elevations probably going to be below zero by the time we wake up tomorrow morning. And then the next several nights are going to be in the teens, and then eventually we're going to get into the 20s. I mean, 20 is still pretty cold this time of the year. And then by Thursday and Friday mornings, we're going to start to get back closer to freezing. So it's still going to be very cold each and every morning, pretty much through Friday. But, there is good news. It does look like by the end of December, the pattern's going to flip and we're going to start to warm back up. So it looks like above average temperatures are going to look likely for most of the country. So we're going to get rid of this cold air. It's going to take some time, but I promise you warmer days are on the way, especially moving into the end of next week. But today it's going to be bitterly cold, windy, west winds at 15 to 25 miles per hour. High temperatures in the teens. For tonight, we're going to drop to around 6. And again, that is very, very cold for this time of the year. And outside of the city, I mean, we're talking low single digits, maybe even below freezing on the Cumberland Plateau. and then you add in those light winds out of the west, it's going to feel even colder than that. So please, make sure that all your friends and family, your pets are going to have sufficient warming over the next several nights, because it is going to be bitterly cold through about Sunday. But Latrice, as we go into next week, we're finally going to start to warm up. In fact, we'll be back in the mid-50s by next Thursday.
Wow, but just getting through right now. Thank you so much, Clay.